Let's see if that helped.
It hasn't on my end, but hopefully the others will let you know.
Can you see me? Can you hear me? Try that one more time. Can you see me? Can you hear me out there? Anybody? There's a delay. Hello. Got to wait for people to come back in. Ready? Are we back?
Not with me. I wish they'd let you know.
I haven't seen anything in chat yet.
No, me either.
Michelle. Yes, I can now. Michelle can hear us or hear me.
Oh, okay.
Can you? Yes. Can you hear Judy?
Hi, Michelle. Can you hear me?
Barbara, I see you now. I'm here. Hi, guys. Levon, yes, we're back on. Guys, we just got a new sound mixer board that came in late today. And of course, I got to thank, with all my heart, Judy and also Barbara helping out. And Judy's on the line now. And I thank you so much, Judy. I mean, I don't know what I'd do without you. You're just fantastic.
Oh, thank you, John. And you're welcome. I want you to stay on.
But we're trying to get the technical bugs out. Maybe I had a button pressed wrong, but B Live is showing my audio green lights going back and forth. So, and Mary says you can hear us both and you can see me. So I guess we're good to go. Don't touch any buttons, John. I think we got it. If you guys see a problem with audio, please let us know in chat, and I'll try to do some more knobs and buttons. This is double the size that I had before, and we'll go from there. Okay, I want to thank all my Quest of Oak Island soldiers, captains, and grandmasters also for their support. I want to thank Roxy, Mike, Annette, the other Annette, Jazdia, Wayne, Starlene, Renee, and also, like I just thanked Judy, I also thank Barbara for their extra support, and Daniel and Mike that support me all the time. I thank you so much. Also, I want to give a healing positive vibe, if we can, for my moderator for a lot of years. Tammy Williams needs us. Cancer is a terrible thing. I went through that with my wife, and it's just terrible. She knows. Me and her talk, and her daughter was telling me and Judy, she's in the hospital right now, and the daughter's reading her our post in text in our group, Quest of Oak Island, in Facebook. So if you can text her all healing statements, do it, because I know her daughter's reading it to Tammy as we speak. Tammy, get better if you can. We're with you 100%. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes, and I just want to stress that if you can, guys, put words down, not pictures, because Tammy's not seeing well, like right now. So Heather is reading to her. So please leave her your words.
Yep, I want to say hello to Michelle and the professor, Daniel Spino, Barbara, Mary, YouTube side, $10 Ray, Jess Diaz, Starlene, Becky, Charles. I thank you all for coming in. I really don't have much for tonight, but we got to come in and say, well, maybe we'll get some phone calls. Maybe we'll get something going. We also have a guest appearance by two individuals next Saturday at 6 p.m., only because Oak Island researcher Oliver is in France, and he's 7 hours ahead of us. So that's why next Saturday, Judy, it's at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Right.
So,
and we will be there. I
and-
can't wait.
and that'll be what, 6? So it'll be 1 a.m. for Oliver. So it's maybe doable for him to get him on here, and I hope the video feeds are fine. We'll get that connection going about 30 or 40 minutes prior to Saturday to make sure all the videos and the feed is working through Be Live. And you know me with technical stuff, Judy. It never works out for me, you know.
Right, and me too. So we're quite a pair.
Yep, and we also got our soldiers on the Quest of Oak Island Facebook paid page and YouTube. We want to thank Michelle, Scott, Dana, Josh, Virginia, Jean, Cindy, Becky. I realize, we're losing a lot of paid members. I mean, it's off season, but we do what we have to do. I understand during the season, everybody's hyped, and now and during the summer or money wise, it's not feasible. There's no problem. When you can, you can. When you can't, you can't. There's no big problem. I thank you so much. Hello, Tom Burns. Hello, Curtis Burnett. Thanks for coming in. But and I got a little picture for you, but I'll save it till after Judy does a little synopsis from last week. But don't forget, Renee Tuttle is still looking for art-inspired stuff by the Oak Island inspiration. And we get a lot of things, especially cooking things like cakes and whatever they were making. Judy, you see that one cake or whatever the heck that was? That was pretty good by her.
Yeah, it looked darn good too.
Yep, and anybody's got anything that's inspired by the Fellowship of the Dig, as always, keep your comments and observations positive and respectful. And Renee will put it on no matter what. And I also want to thank my moderators, Tammy, Judy, Renee, Michelle, Daniel, and Starlene. Our call-in number is, as you see on the bottom scroll, and is 1-323-813-4135. And if you have to call in, just put it in text in the chat, and Judy will get off the phone. We'll get your call in, and if there's any more or no more calls, Judy will call back. So no problem with you just putting it in the text. John, I want to talk, or John, I want to call in. My moderators will see that in chat. Judy will get off, and you call in. I don't have a big phone bank here, so I only can take one phone call at a time. I thank you guys.
John loves your calls, guys.
We love the calls from different members to get involved in whatever you want to talk about. All right, let me find Judy's picture here. We'll get her synopsis in. We got to keep her in shape, guys. Otherwise, she forgets on me. You know what I mean?
The only problem is, John, when I do a synopsis for you, I have to listen to myself, and I don't enjoy that.
All right, Judy, your picture's on the board. When you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. We started out with the usual, can you see me? Can you hear me? After y'all let us know all was well, John thanked all members for supporting him. He reminded us to read Daniel Spino's posts and to remember to send all of your Oak Island art work to Renee. Keep a watch on our page for the times of our Tuesday chats and Saturday shows. During the summer, the times may vary. Judy then reported that COVID cases are going down in both Ontario and Nova Scotia, but borders are still closed, and that is still the case this week. John brought up a picture of his good friend and ours, and his very first Quest member, Jeffrey Irving, wearing his new Quest shirt. Jeffrey has been a guest on Quest and appeared on Oak Island in Season 2 to present his Columbus theory. Oh, and by the way, he looked great in the shirt. Next, John introduced us to Mike Brahman, Oak Island theorist, who has his own YouTube channel called Dot to Dot. Also to Mike's fellow researcher, Oliver Schmidt, who has his own channel called Oak Island Research. Using Zena's map and the formulae, Mike and Oliver have come up with the most amazing theory on the money pit yet. Using screenshots from Mike and Oliver's channels, Mike and John explained the theory to us. It's too complicated for me to go into here, but easy to understand if you watch our podcast and see the pictures and listen to Mike and John. This theory is so fascinating, guys, so don't miss it. I think it could intertwine with Aaron Helton's theory and can't wait to find out. If you go to both Mike and Oliver's sites on YouTube, you can get the full explanation. Mike and Oliver believe the money pit to be below sea level, and Aaron, who was listening with us, wondered too if that is the case. Daniel Spino says everything is connected on Oak Island, and John adds it all starts at Nolan's Cross. I believe both those things. Mike reminds us that we all need to keep an open mind to all theories, as alone or combined, they will someday give us the answer to our mystery. John believes that by bringing on new theorists and you all adding your thoughts, we can be of help to the fellowship. We are, after all, guys, on this journey together. So remember to keep an eye on our page for any new shows coming up. And everybody have a great week. Please go forward and stay safe.
I thank you so much, Judy, on a synopsis of me. You did fantastic.
Thank you.
That was your first John Quest synopsis. I love it. I love it.
Good.
Fantastic. Hello, Cindy Monroe and Michelle and Annette from Arizona. Tom Burns is in the house. And Linda Shefto, hello on the YouTube side. And Ginny, getting with the ink, is in the house. And so fantastic, you guys. Also,
Tom says that if things keep going the way they are, he anticipates the Atlantic bubble will be fully open in a few weeks.
Fantastic. Get them shots out, maybe.
Yes. I'll be getting mine in the next week, my second one.
Okay. Fantastic, Judy. Get it done. Get her done. I got to take Judy's picture off, and I got another picture to show you guys. Are you guys ready?
We are.
Ready? I'm scared if I should get off of Be Live and go to StreamYards, I'll have to be learning everything new again. It scares me, Judy. It scares me.
I know. It makes you nervous. Do what's best.
Hello, Chris Dona's in the house. Chris, the Starman Dona. And guess who this is with no beard up there in Canada? Who's this guy?
I think that's our Tony, isn't it? And he does look different without the beard.
I want to thank Tony Sampson for putting on the Quest Live t-shirt. Don't forget, you guys. Hello, Diane. How are you? Hello, Karen. I want to thank him for putting the shirt on, the t-shirt on, and the picture. Don't forget, you guys, once it starts opening up, and even now, if you can get in, when it starts easing up, take his Salty Dog tour. You go around the island. He explains what's going on. Just a fantastic tour on his boat that a lot of people have no complaints at all. Go see Tony, the Salty Dog Tours, to at least, if there's no tours on the island, go around the island. But some people want to take the walking tour. But I think we're looking in 2022, if that. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes, I don't think it'll be before that. But a tour around the island in Tony's boat is a good thing too.
Yep, and Tom Burns, with any luck, I'll be on his tour in August.
Ooh, Tom, take pictures.
Okay, Tom. Have a pint with Tony. If you don't drink, start drinking now and be in shape. But I want to say, the big thank you for Tony putting the shirt on my Quest After Dark show here on Saturday night. Thank you so much. There's a couple of And then Jenny says, StreamYard allows you to drop a link in the chat for people to join. People wouldn't have to call in. They could just click the link, call in. Got to figure all that stuff out, Jenny. And these are the people that have joined Be Live, so we can see their chat on the screen and I can bring it up. Know what I mean, Judy?
Yes. Yeah, I get you.
Alrighty, let's get Tony off of here. Like I said, we're going to have Dot to Dot in Oak Island Research next Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And I posted this picture a couple of days ago, Judy. Oak Island Trivia. Daniel, how old does Tony look now?
I like the beard myself.
Yeah. Everybody looks different without the beard, and you can't stop Father Time, Daniel. You can't stop Father Time. Okay, Jenny, it will allow me to see the caller instead of just hear their voice. Without a video feed. I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure. I'm not a tech person. It would allow you to see the caller instead of just hear the voice on a phone. Okay. But when I posted this picture up, Judy, of the vault that came out of the Cremora document, if they believe it or not, I sort of focused on if they had to draw anything inside the vault, why would they pick them three objects, Judy?
Yes, I've been wondering that too.
That's why I wanted to put it out there. I put it on my page, but I was getting too many, things look like Pokemon, things look like this. So I had to even eliminate comments on this because I was getting a lot of silly relative objects. Let's put it that way.
Right.
But if you had to draw anything, if you had bars of gold and coins and all that, or a religious artifact, why did they pick these three drawings to put inside the vault? The middle one seems like the end of a treasure chest. The other one could be sort of like a bag or a jug of wine, like the Egyptians. They have like jugs and put material in there for the afterlife. And that other small looking thing. Of all things for them to draw, why pick these three drawings?
Yeah, it really is something to question. And the fact that they could go in and out of here, why did they do that? Did they get some of this stuff and put it back, or I don't know.
Yeah, Daniel says, what about the Ark, the Holy Grail, and the Mara? Yeah, but those pictures they drew in there, Daniel, look nothing like the religious artifacts. Not unless they took them out and put these things in. Tom Burns, these are the questions that we'll be asking Michael and Oliver next Saturday. How old this diagram is, or cinematic. And we'll just have to go from there. Linda, John, if Dunfield dug up the money pit area as bad as it was, do you think it's still there? Another question for these guys next week is, I think what they showed the money pit as is just a shaft, an air shaft, a vent. This one here, vent, is way west. I posted it on my group. That looks like it's between lot 8, 28, 29, 8 and 9, somewhere in there. The vault, according to these directions, seems not to be in the so-called money pit area that we're in now. You understand what I'm saying, guys?
Yes.
And this just fascinates me to no end. Because if I think it's interesting, I hope it's interesting to you guys.
I know it is, for sure.
And Michelle, kind of looks like the big chest with some objects on the side. Location on those lots is very interesting. I always thought the entrance to the underground workings is on the west side of the island. More than one vault could be, or just one vault, and we just have to find how to get to it. But see where they're showing Smith's Cove and the original money pit, so-called? The vault's like in the middle. See where I'm saying? To the west side.
Yes. Mm.
So what I try to do is sort of just look where they have the vault on their theory now. I mean, you don't have to believe them or not. It is a sketch. Oh, Diane. And Tom Burns, the diagram can't be that old. Line thickness and consistency is very uniform. Yeah, but look at the thickness on Zena's map. Those lines are thick.
Yes.
So you're saying both of them are too young? Could be. I just present it out there, but I just find it fascinating, Tom. And Mary, could one of those jugs contain some papers that could have mercury in them? Yep. I think it's their theorized somatic based on the chromodynamic and Zena's map. Yeah. Yep. But I was just trying to place where they got the vault is between 8, 9, and 28 and 29 lot. West side of the swamp. And of course, they'll be drilling holes looking for spoon or silver, Judy.
Right. Right, for sure.
And then Becky says, if not in the money pit, then the team can dig it up properly and respectfully. That would be a great thing. Yeah, there's no archaeology permits for the money pit area. It's such a roost there. They can do whatever. Laird has no objection to that area. Face of America. I'm going to rewind. I'm late. Don't worry about it. But I just try to put this together in my group. If they say the vault's in the middle, which we'll ask these guys next Saturday, so get your questions. That's nowhere near the money pit area where they got the caissons. Maybe that's why they can't find anything there. Know what I mean, Judy?
Right on. I mean, obviously, they're looking in the wrong place, I think.
Now, this map, I don't know where I get these maps from. I have no idea. Playground Justice. Oak Island is as interesting as the pyramids. Yeah, it's driving me crazy more and more. Nobody has proven where the actual entrance is. These are all theories. And what does Rick say, Judy? They're all theories until you hold something in your hand.
Right. That's what he says.
But when you get information like this here, that's through surveys, through documents, through the formula that they break down, these are giving you directions. What other theorists are giving us history, maps, documentation, interpretations of the La Formula to come up with locations? Can you tell me one?
Yeah, there's, you know what, to me, we put Aaron's together and this one, it seems more real to me than anything so far.
But you know what I mean, Judy? I mean, everybody's theory, they were putting X's all over. They could be right. They could be wrong. That goes for any theorist out there.
Exactly.
But the way these guys put this together just fascinates me. I mean, Erin could only say so many things because she was on the show. Mike and Oliver they can say these things because there's just YouTubers like me with the fascination of Oak Island and try to get this thing solved. So I'm figuring if I have a platform, not everybody goes to YouTube, and actually give them a platform to discuss their theory. You see them face to face. Of course, you make your own determination, but this stuff, I just love it. I just love it.
I think it would be a great idea if all of the theorists could get together and talk about this together, and maybe they would come up with something.
Well, yeah, you got the rest of them. I mean, Erin has her theories, and you got Chris and Jake and Corin and Chris. You know, they're all different directions coming in. But where do you get your information from? Number one, documents. Number two, maps. Number three, translation of instructions. That's the part I like. I mean, I was a surveyor in the past, and I just like where the information is coming from. True or false, I have no idea, but this thing makes sense to me.
Sure does to me too.
Hello, Chris from Scotland. Thanks for coming in.
Oof.
And then Daniel, Tom Burns, remember when they found the opening on the west side? It looked like a possible entrance, and nothing else was ever said about it, to my knowledge. Huh. Well, these maps here that I got on right now, they were showing and looking for shutoff points. And I think the map says in 1968, 1962, I couldn't get a clear picture of it, plan of Oak Island lots. And this is what they were looking for on the west side that many years ago. When located, could be filled with hydroclay shutoff points. Do you guys see that? And they got a circle and an X. I don't know if that's on lot 5 or on the edge of lot 5, but this is all on the west side. I have known nothing on any kind of research on the west side.
No, not a thing.
You know what I mean, guys? Let me bring up the bigger map. So I thought this was fascinating. And then, we always go back to the money pit. We always go back to the Behringer survey. But I was looking for something that went to the west side. That's when I put that notation, Judy. Go west, young man. Go west.
Right.
And Daniel Spino, it's my belief that most of the theories are interconnected and make one big story. Yep, but some stories stand out more than others. Some stories are more fascinating. I mean, I'm not thick into the layers of history. The professor, Daniel Spino, educates me, and so does Jake. But sometimes it's just like me, I like pictures. Sounds crazy, but when a picture says 1,000 words and you show me pictures and sort of back it up with some kind of proof that this is what it looks like because this is what's said, then you got my attention and my brain says, okay, I don't have smoke coming out of my ears trying to remember everything, but I just seem it's fascinating. Yep, Michelle. And Gloria, the guy who owns
Go ahead.
The guy who owns Lot 5 has a picture of an open well in the ground on his website. There's a lot of wells. And Daniel says, yeah, I thought Laird said they needed a permit to continue, and that was it. Go ahead, Judy. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to tell Michelle that, yes, Travis Taylor was on, and he did take them to some big boulders on the west side.
Right. But he sort of gets way out there for me, my own personal opinion. You know, he's on that Skinwalker Ranch with wormholes and all this other stuff. But show me paperwork. Show me maps. Show me paperwork. Show me history. Show me documents. And then you'll convince me. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes, I understand.
Because after 8 years, I'm getting crazy.
Well, I guess we all are then.
But you know what I mean. If you can decipher the La Formula, get directions from La Formula, put it on a map. I mean, a lot of people make a lot of things that maybe sort of fit all the time. I get so many PMs with theories. You know, I also tell them, you know, send it to Oak Island Tours. I have nothing to do with this.
Right.
And it just seems fascinating. That's why I'm going to have them on here and have a platform, Judy, and then everybody else makes their own decision. And I guess that's what I do. I'm a communicator, I guess.
Right, and it's a great idea, and I think we all need it for sure.
Hello, Darlene. Hi, John and Judy. Sorry for coming in late. I was just wondering what was the name of the document you're referring to earlier. It's the Cromora document by Donald Roll. And Chris, maybe I'm biased, but I didn't understand Travis Taylor's use of Taurus on the island. It didn't make any sense. Starman, he makes no sense to me. Somewhat. But that's why I got you, the Starman, to explain to me, because you know how my brain works, like I just told you. I'm just a watcher of the show, you know, have a beer and some popcorn and go from there. That's why I got Chris and Jake and the professor to go to that extra quadruple level of intelligence that I don't have, you know, and like Mike, how he figures all this stuff out. And Oliver, who's in France, that figures this. I can't figure this stuff out, but I like to surround myself with people that know what's going on when you guys talk and explain. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes, and we're lucky to have these people that can do this, and we can give our feedback.
Linda Chef, was that Dave's property? Dave's property is lot 28. And Starlene, I think they eliminate one thing at a time. Right, Daniel? If Chris didn't understand it, what's that tell you? Chris, the Starman Dona, why do you think I call you the Starman in my group? because you're the man. You're our star man. That's it. And Tom Burns, different areas seem to be identified as having historical significance, so permits are required. Yep, but not around the Money Pit or Smith's Cove. That place is a wreck. They need no permits there. They can dig away. A heart. We had to see the paved area. We had to get dates on the paved area. Everything is intertwined here. Don't forget, they were in a COVID season. I thought we had a great season 8. It gave a lot of researchers a chance to be on the show, presenting their theory. So I think it was a plus for season 8. Some people don't like it. Some people say it's too slow. Well, you turn the channel off and watch whatever. I don't watch that much TV, but I thought they did a great job.
I did too. Excellent job. And it's going to be another difficult year.
All right, Daniel. Chris is one of the best theorists on Oak Island. Much respect for his work. Yes, Daniel, the professor. Chris, the Starman Dona. He's the man too. He's been there, done that, and knows what's going on. And then Michelle, I think he gets out there, but I think he didn't. He did go to those boulders exactly where they're supposed to be. Yeah. Well, so did Peter Arminston.
Yes.
He was pulling up boulders. If you watch Peter's video, he was pulling up boulders from the Tree of Life, or what was it called?
Mercy Point.
Yeah, but the whole thing, not the Tree of Life.
Tree of Life. Yeah, it's the Tree of Life.
He was pulling up boulders all over the place. Yet nothing. I talked to Peter about 2 weeks ago. He said to me, you really don't want to talk about the old stuff anymore, but I wanted him to come on just to talk about season 8 and where he thinks they're at right now. He's just too busy. And he said to contact him in the fall and go from there. But I would love to get Peter Arminston back on for a second guest appearance, just to see what these guys' ideas are. Did they evolve after this time? You know what I mean? But I can't get him on.
Oh, shoot. I would love to have him back on, too.
He's probably all podcasted out and booked out. You know what I mean?
Right.
But guys, I try. Then I have heard nothing about the World War II, lost gold of World War II. I've heard nothing on that at all. Absolutely zero. So I hope.
Do you have the spelling of that document? Darlene is asking if you have it.
Cremora. Cremora.
Okay, thank you.
And Tom Burns. I think one of the reasons they got so much done last year that the island was closed to public tours, and they didn't have to be concerned about concealing what they were doing. Yeah.
Yep, you're probably right, Tom.
Yep. But it just fascinates me that I was looking for things that they worked on the west side. So as a group, there you go, Daniel. Thank you, Professor. As a group, let's see what we can find. Everything on the west side of the island. Not the Money Pit, not the swamp, not all the rest of that. Let's go to the swamp in west. You know what I mean? Even with Corian and Chris, they're on the west side of the swamp. They were digging in one spot. And Dr. Spooner said this could be over 300 years old, if you remember that. Do you remember that, Judy?
Yes, I do. Very well.
And then we heard absolutely nothing after that.
I don't understand why they don't follow more of the theories through. I don't understand that.
if you go through the theory and you put an X on there, and they want to do it just like they wanted to do near the Behringer survey, where that one guy, Stevenson, I can't get a hold of him either, who did the document
Yes.
and translated it from his father or something like that, and they went to go drill 2 holes that they said, 40 feet this way and 110 feet here, and they brought the drill right there, and they found nothing, right, Judy?
Right. Exactly.
That was sort of towards the end of the season. Well, guy, it's not there. Your X don't work. Well, go to the next one. But
I'm hoping that they'll do it this year since it was right at the end last year.
yep, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So if this Quest After Dark, if anybody wants to call in and talk to me with your observation on anything Oak Island, it'll be fantastic. But this is what I want us to concentrate on. Everything that was done on the west side of the island and how much stuff we can come up with. Let's see. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes, for sure. Now, Michelle just gave me something to think about here. She said, isn't that document named for the location of a church that it was being kept at? Knights Templar headquarters at that time. Michelle, that'd be a good question to ask next week.
Yeah, or the professor would know that.
Okay.
And in that, if we had the information that did not make the show, I believe it would be closer to the X mark in the spot. Gloria, there's also a heavily carved stone on Lot 5. I'm pretty sure that if he posted something, Laird or the rest of the crew has seen that. You know what I mean, Judy? If we see it, they've seen it years before us. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. I'm sure they have.
We think of something now. They already did it a long time ago. Our big thing now is Spooner Silver. They'll be all over the place drilling holes, looking for the silver source, even though the most concentrated silver was at the C1 and lower, about 50 feet away from C1, and near the Woman's Monument. That was a high concentration of silver in the water, but not in the sediment. They also want to put a sensor after they reinforce 10X to see if there's any cavities at depth, which would be 185 feet. And then Diane says, what do you think about the idea of the big dig? Eventually, cost-wise, will determine that, in my own opinion.
Yes.
Something concrete to dig that out is about a $25 million project. They'd have to put a concrete factory across the island or on the island. Where do you put all the dirt? That's a big, big thing. So I think that's why they're just trying to focus in on a smaller area. But obviously, in the last show, they seem completely lost of where the heck this money pit is. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes, they did. So let's hope during the summer months they've been able to, or winter months, they were able to find out more.
If you guys were in charge, you had 1 point to drop a caisson, a 20-foot caisson, where would you put it on the island? Let's see, Daniel. Yes, I'm going to be doing a complete history analysis of the Corona document, La Formula map, Don Zena, and Don Root. Fantastic, Professor. Fantastic. And we can tie that in with Michael and Oliver. I love it. I love it. The professor's right there with us.
Yep, can't wait.
Yep, and Tom Burns. The amount of information they're sorting through, both old and new, must be Tom, you got to see the stuff I just get. It's unbelievable. Because Oak Island tours, all of a sudden, if they don't respond right away, they send it to me. Now, what am I going to do with it? If you send it to Oak Island tours and they don't respond, None of my doing. But like I said, when Mike and Oliver did this, I had to give them a shout out. I had to give them some a platform. Who the heck knows? You know what I mean, Judy?
Oh, yeah. And I think you're doing the right thing. None of us knew about them, John. And I'm really anxious to hear what they have to say.
It's a different angle. I mean, they get, I don't know, 15,000 views on their YouTubes, Michael and everything. So, yep, Daniel, thousands upon thousands of documents on Oak Island. Yeah. Yeah. And Todd, I would still put my money on the dot-to-dot Oak Island Aaron and Halpern team. Yeah, but we got to get his information out, Todd. And this is what I'm trying to do. Get his information out there. People see my channel. We have eyes on us. And if it's worth anything, it's up to them who see his explanation, see what he's got going on, and for them to reach out to Mike and to Oliver. It's not my place to say, hey, my place is to give somebody a platform to present their ideas and theories. Until it's in your hand, it's only a theory until it's in your hand. And this is what this group's about. This group's about giving people the opportunity to express themselves. Obviously, I can't put everybody on, but this one here got me excited.
Darlene just gave us some more information about that document, John, if you want to read it.
Yeah, we'll hear more about that Saturday night, Darlene. So if you have questions about that document, we'll see if Mike and Oliver can put something together on that. And of course, the professor, I mean, once he puts out his post, that'll be clear as day. You know what I mean, Darlene? And Tom Burns, yeah, keep an open mind. It's critical to success, yeah. And Zena's papers, Rick's got all that. That was all donated to Rick and her 20 years of research. Just by doing hers alone is mind-boggling. I can't even do the people that send me PMs. It's just unbelievable. And Michelle, it gives you more to look into and all of us to look at and determine. Right, like Tom Burns says, keep that open mind. Let it all flow in. But when something hit me like this here, I'm just saying, I hope I don't pick things that are not too boring, but way out there. You know what I mean, Judy?
Yes, and this certainly isn't boring, John. It fascinates me that they think that they were able to go into that vault and back out again whenever they wanted to.
Right. And as far as they were concerned, people were asking me, where is it? As far as sea level, they say it's below sea level and it's below bedrock. So none of the drills would ever reach these areas. But unbelievable. So it'll be a good show next Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I will not be on Tuesday. No pre-show Tuesday. I got nothing. No pre-show this Tuesday, but we'll be seeing you next Saturday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time with Michael and Oliver. And does somebody want to call in? Judy will get off the phone. If not, I don't know if you guys want to play a little trivia. I got these boxes of I should have known that, but I'll log off of YouTube and log back on to be Facebook. So if YouTubers, if you want to play, I should have known that and earn points to win a Quest of Oak Island membership mug. I'll only do that on Facebook. because YouTube is strictly Oak Island, and that's how it is. So does anybody want to call in? What do you see, Judy? Anything?
Nothing yet. You got to let us know, guys.
Yeah, but there's a little delay. So when I say it, we got to give them 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes for the delay. Annette, it's frustrating when you can't get answers right away. But then again, some mysteries need more investigating to dig in a way that preserves the lost items. Correct. Now with all these archaeologists in there with trowels and dustpans, that slows things down to a crawl. You guys know that, right? Obviously.
And Darlene says the History Channel tonight in the U.S. is airing a show called Buried, the Knights Templar and the Holy Grail. And I just want to say, Darlene, I have seen that in the past, and it's well worth watching.
Templar trivia? No, Daniel, this is just what I should have known that. Just worldly things. That you should have known.
Good night, Linda. Yeah, Linda has to leave us. Good night, Linda.
Okay, good night. Take care. If we get 10 people to play, we'll go back to Facebook. If we don't get 10 people to play, forget it. So, alrighty, let me hide this. Alrighty, we'll have Judy say her goodbyes. Because I'm going to, Tom Burns, a person once told me it's difficult to comprehend among the chowder of the confusion of any sort of numerical symmetry. Reminds me of so many Oak Island theories. Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's do it. How many people we got? 1, 2. I can't see here. Michelle, you want to do trivia or you want to watch programs on the History Channel? I want to try to get 10 people at least, and then I'll come back on. I'll log off of here and just come back on Facebook itself. That's if you guys want to. If not, we'll just call it a night. Group vote. What do you think, Judy? Group vote.
It's up to you, John. I can't tell where you're seeing your numbers there.
I see 2 here's. Kathy here, Mary here.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
Darlene here. There's 3. Like I said, this will only be on Facebook. It will not be on YouTube. It's called I Should Have Known That, a trivia game about things you ought to know. So it's not going to be Templar. It's not going to be Oak Island. Daniel. It's okay, Michelle. We can do the point system after. We'll just do a little game with no points just to see who's the Jeopardy winner with us. Thank you, Tom. Thank you so much. All right, Judy, why don't you say your goodbyes, and then I'm going to log off of here.
Okay.
And then I'll log back on Facebook with a couple of trivia questions. Michelle, you can take off. We'll do a point system after when you're rested up. So go ahead, Judy.
Okay, guys, I just want to remind you, leave some good thoughts for Tammy in words so they can be read to her, please. Tammy, if you're listening, we're all thinking about you. Our hearts are with you. And I want everybody to stay safe this week, please. And we'll see you next Saturday night. Good night, John.
Thank you so much, Judy. We'll see you on the Facebook side in about 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll be there.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. And for me, thanks for coming in tonight. Remember, always go forward. You may get a setback, but you go forward. Believe in your dreams. No matter how old you are, just go for it. Stay positive. Be mentally strong. Be tough in these crazy times. If you can't, get help. There's a lot of help out there. You guys stay safe. You be positive. Prayers out to Tammy Williams. And I hope she's going to be doing better. Like I'm saying, on the YouTuber sides, if you join Quest of Oak Island group on the Facebook side, we're going to do a little trivia. And I thank you so much for tonight for coming in. I didn't have much, but just talking to you guys, that's all I need. I thank you so much. Bye-bye.